REALEST Radio.
Yes, welcome to the Realest Radio with your host, Jeff Smith. I got my homie Ferrari, Phats, and the infamous Marcus. Marcus, what's good, man?
Everything good over here, of course, usual. What's good with you, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. Just sitting back, man. I really don't watch football, but you know, most people watching the games and shit and stuff like that. And you know, before we get into the show, I just want people who, all these football fanatics, to do me one favor. Just do me one favor. When you stop singing "we" and "us" when you talk about a game, you hear people saying, "Oh,
yeah,
we
my team." Like, nigga, what vested interest do you have into that corporation?
Oh man, we would have won last week if y'all wouldn't have fouled us, or we going to the playoffs if our man wouldn't have got, if our quarterback wouldn't have got hurt, we would have been in the playoffs. Come on, yo, when the last time you had in a damn helmet talking about we and us?
When the last time they cut you a check?
Word the mother, y'all going too far with this, and now they got the girls on it. You know what I mean? I'm talking on the phone with a girl.
Phoenix Cardinals, they got a female coach now. I want to say defensive coordinator for that matter. But that's crazy.
Anyway, today's show is about young women. I mean, practically young women who kind of got fetishes for older men. Men. We have a young lady in here today. We have the lovely Rashida here. Rashida, how you doing today?
I'm fine. And yourself?
I'm good. Rashida is a 24-year-old student, and she dates an old ass man. That's about 50, what is he, 67, 77 or some shit like that? How old is he?
Yeah, 62.
Wow. Old ass man with saggy balls that you could see from the back when he walking.
That's crazy.
Anyway, my man Marcus seems to think that it's a Electra Complex. And for you people who now up on Greek mythology, Marcus, explain to them exactly what Electra Complex is.
Well, like you said, it's Greek mythology, so it's like the reciprocate of the Oedipus complex. And what that basically means is, a lot of the times when the women, they're young women or whatnot, they try to compete with the attention of their father, and the way they do so, with their mother, and the way they do so is by being promiscuous, very flirtatious or whatnot with men, sometimes even their own father, and it's a sad representation of what's going on today in America or in the black community, with fathers not being in the home, and then a young woman, what they do is, you know, they see them in mini skirts all over the place, and, you know, hooting and hollering, trying to, you know, gain attention, or the Instagram models, or whatever you want to call it.
But they're mainly aiming their attention. They're trying to get attention from older men, correct?
Right, and they do so by using their body as a tool.
Oh, okay. So, and that comes from the lack of a male role model as a little girl, and you're saying that she grows up and tries to fill that void by chasing around old ass men.
I didn't say that. You did. But since we got that out the air, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay, you didn't say that. I did. So let's let Rashida speak for herself. Rashida, why do you like old ass men?
Well, I totally disagree. It has nothing to do with my father. It has everything to do with more respect. They tend to have a lot of more morals, and they tend to not want to be. A lot of them are stable. They are already set in their ways. You don't have to try to figure out where they're coming from, and they're not trying to figure out where they're coming from. You know, with younger men, they haven't found themselves, let alone figured out what they want to do with a woman, if that's their choice, you know. So it's mostly my preference, because I don't like games. I play them just as well as any other young lady, but if I just wanted to get out there with the young guys, I can. But older men, a lot of the games that these younger guys play, they don't have that. And if they do, then you know pretty much what you're getting into. If he's married, he's going to say, I'm married, and I'm only going to come over on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And, you know, if I get you this present or this thing right here, then, you know, it's yours.
So you don't mind
being a side chick,
dating and having sex with a married man.
I mean, if you have sex with a young guy who sleeps around and give you STDs and slap you around and all those other things that I hear my friends that deal with these younger guys go through, why not have sex with the older guy who comes in and furnish my apartment? Why not have a sex with an older guy who will be my co-signer for my apartment and my car? Yeah,
I'm not really saying an older guy. I'm saying a married man that you know.
A married man. I mean, well, with the married man thing, my own personal choice is because I'm busy. Like you said, I'm a student. I got a lot going on, so I don't want someone who wants to be over my house all the time or want me around them all the time. And married men don't have time for that.
So basically, you're saying that you're the ideal side chick.
If you want to put it like that, Marcus, yeah.
Not matter what I want.
so let me ask you something.
I'm just saying, if that's ideal, that's my idea of how I like things to go. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to call you all day. I don't want to text you all day. I don't want to talk to you all day. I prefer if you call me late at night and come over. If you buy me a few things, if I see you when I want to see you, yeah, I do prefer that.
Wow, and you know what? That sounds I mean, except for the buying you stuff, that's right up my alley. All of that stuff is right up my alley. Because I don't like seeing a person all the time. I mean, I was gonna get your phone number before you left this studio. But once you said the buying me things, nah, that's okay. But but let me ask you this. Do you find that when when you're interacting with older men that you're kind of missing your youth? They're robbing you for your youth? Because I mean, versus a young man you could go to the club with, he understand the music that you like, and I mean, you could be listening to Rich Homie Quan in the car with your young fella, but now you got to run around listening to Bobby Womack with Grady. You know what I mean?
Well, see, no, I mean, I just have young guy friends that I go out to clubs with and we listen to music with, but they know she don't fuck with nobody our age, and I don't. Why would I fuck with you? You don't know what you're doing yourself, so no, I don't miss out on my youth. I'm very young. Like you said, I listen to the music everybody else listens to. That's my age. And at night or in the evenings when it's time to listen to Bobby Womack or whatever he wants to listen to, I do.
Well, I say this much. I know he can't get it up like I can.
That's okay.
Hey, you know what?
We don't know how you can get it up. We just gonna take your word for it.
And you know I'm not interested in discussing his erection. I don't want to talk about that. But what I want to talk about is this. I'm going to keep it real. It's kind of mature of you to say, I really don't want to be bothered with the young dudes, the lies, and the games. I totally understand that, and I respect that. But wouldn't it be? I mean, wouldn't it be better like if you had a middle-aged man, maybe somebody around 40, who you could share this with and say, okay, I got these older men. I'm turning a few tricks with, because that's basically what you're doing. You're turning tricks with these older men, and me and you gonna live off this, and we gonna eat off this older men, and we gonna live comfortably off these older men. I mean, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that certain someone to share your lifestyle with, that you feel comfortable with, that you could really talk to and relate to. Not someone who's gonna hound you, because obviously you don't like being around your significant other for long periods of time, but somebody who you could just say, okay, one day I'm gonna get married, one day I'm gonna grow, and this is a person I could grow with.
No, we're not putting in the hours together. I really haven't thought that far, really. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like I'm putting in hours with these people to share with anyone else. You know what I'm saying? If I'm talking to him on the phone, or he's talking to me, or like you said, being intimate with me, why would I want to share that with someone else? He's not sharing it. He's not coming with me. I'm not a sharing type. So that explains your whole theory of life. It's selfish. You're just a selfish person, right?
Man, it's funny you say that shit. Yo, man. Man. We ain't gonna do that though. I'm gonna just chill out. I'm gonna let my man tell you a report.
We can't do that.
I mean, selfish. No. I mean, how many people are? Everyone's selfish in some way, or form, or fashion. Everyone. No,
selfish is different versus like your best interest at heart. Like, so if I'm hungry and there's one piece of chicken left, and I can see that I'm gonna go into a diabetic shock if I don't eat this last piece of motherfucking chicken, even though chicken and sugar don't got nothing to do with each other. But you get my point though, right? Yeah. So if I gotta eat this thing to live, that's the different. But just to flat out be selfish, to be only thinking of yourself at all times in the best interest for yourself and not others.
I wonder what kind
who am I not looking out for though? Because if the person I'm enjoying, if the older guy is enjoying being with me,
yeah, because it's all about you. What have you brought to the table for them besides some loose twat?
I brought their youth. Don't you? I mean, everyone knows that when a younger girl gets with an older guy, it's because he wants to feel good about himself. He wants to go out there and hear the latest music. He wants you to put the little dress on and everybody look at him like,
okay, Jeff, what are you, 63 this year? Okay, so why don't you explain to her exactly what a young woman could bring to your table?
I'm not old enough to understand that. I guess I would have to be. I mean, like I'm in my early 40s, so I would have to.
Yeah, you're young. You're young.
See, I'm probably too young.
Yeah, you are.
For real.
That's weird.
Because it's like she said, I still lie. I still play games. I'm still finding my way out here. You know what I mean? I'm on this radio. I'm on this radio station. I seen someone down the hall that I think is attractive. You know what I mean? But I know I wouldn't keep it real with her. You feel me? So what she's saying is completely correct. People play games men play games until they're about 55 years old.
I disagree. I think this is what it is, right? And call me crazy for it, but and I actually was having this conversation most recently with someone, but I believe personally that men fall in love maybe 2 or 3 times in their life. Women are created, designed, manufactured to fall in love every other week. We're different kinds of creatures. You know what I'm saying? In between there is like 50 women each, but yeah, like men typically fall in love 2 to 3 times in a lifetime.
If I agree with what Marcus say, that's like you said, 53 women in between. That's too many. If you 60 something, you don't have time for 53 women. You got time for me.
We're not built the same way y'all built.
Well, I'm just saying, with my own personal outlook, I don't want a man who wants 53 women in between. I want the man who says he has time for me.
So, I mean, isn't the sex part kind of a little bit disgusting? I mean, for you to have such a nice body, because, from what I'm looking at, you straight, and for you to be... For you to be...
Marcus sounds like he's hating.
Yeah,
You're not old enough for me, Marcus.
Man, after this is aired, be sure to know that I will be placing the video of me and you last night in that hotel that we bought you. Yeah, I'll be placing that.
You can place it. They know it's not true. You're not old enough.
It's all good. Listen, what I'm saying is this: it doesn't get a little disgusting to you to have sex with such an old person. I mean, most old men at 60 something kind of flabby,
saggy balls.
The balls don't.
Well, to be honest with them, my sex
Eve.
drive isn't that high. It's more about spending time with me. If they have sex with me, it's maybe every once in a while. And I mean, oral sex doesn't involve saggy balls.
Actually, you got your mouth around them, it does.
That's if I.
So when you do oral,
they're more givers too. When they order, they're givers. They're not so much worried.
So let me ask you: when you do oral sex with the old man, you don't go down there and lick them balls, because they be by his neck. You probably got to go to his ankles to get them balls and bring them back up. You don't do that. You don't do.
Well, no, it's not quite that bad. I mean, to me, it's like being with anyone else. If you're with a heavyset guy, he has a little more stomach than someone else. If you're with a guy who's not as well endowed, you're dealing with, or someone who's not circumcised. We all deal with something in the bedroom we don't like.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. You know what? We got to take a break, y'all, but we're going to come right back and finish talking to Rashida about her and chasing around these old-ass men. We'll be right back. Realest Radio, y'all.
Realest Radio.
Reality star Nicole Murphy and Destiny Moscato guest appear at the Sunday tailgate at Lieber Lounge, home of H-Town's largest tailgate party. Doors open at noon this Sunday with the Sunday ticket showing all the games on the big screen. Drink and food specials all day. Lieber Lounge, 9880 Buffalo Speedway and 610.
Realest Radio.
Welcome back to the Realest Radio with your host Jeff Smith, my homie Ferrari, Phats, and the infamous Marcus, and we're here with a young lady named Rashida. Rashida is a student, and she chases around old men. I'm gonna stop saying chase, Rashida, because I know you don't like that shit. But she likes older men, and when I say older men, I'm not talking about men my age in their early 40s or men even in their mid 40s or even 50s. She like them 60 something, y'all. And Marcus said that she has an Electra Complex. She says it's nothing about an absent dad in the home. It's nothing about that. She's tired of you young dudes playing damn games. And I totally understand that. Rashida, I want to know, have you ever dated any young guys?
Well, they were always a significant amount older than me. Even in high school, they were in their 30s. So no, I guess not.
So when you were in high school, you dated no one in your school?
No, there was no need to date anyone in my school. They all thought the same and did the same things, and they all sleep together. Everybody was like a little circle, a little nasty circle. So no.
Wow. So how many old men have you dated? Over 60.
Those 60s is something new because I'm getting older. So I kind of try to keep them older as I get older. So
you like to keep them 35 years older than you?
Yeah, I do. Yes, exactly. Like I said, in high school, I wanted them in their 30s. So now I'm needing them older because I'm getting older, of course. And
okay. Let me ask you this: do you prefer them to be married?
I do prefer married when it comes to time consumption. I don't like being around the significant other, the other person you're with all the time. I don't want to see you, text you. I don't want you texting me where I'm at. I don't want to.
Let me ask a question, Rashida. Do you have any kids?
Do I have kids?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Okay, now if you had kids, would you still feel the same way about this situation?
No.
Because bringing a man, once or twice a week or whatnot to tear that thing down, that just seems like it might be a bad impression to leave upon, both boy and a girl, to see mommy having guys running in and out of the house, whether older or younger. Wouldn't you say?
I do. I agree totally with that. But when you don't have children, you have one.
So Rashida, it has to be annoying, like if I was smelling all that Ben-Gay polyester around like that. That shit doesn't annoy you?
Well, let's just say, how does something annoy me when I'm used to it? I mean, when you walk in your house and you have an animal, you have a pet, you don't know your house smells like a pet. So
I can't relate. You saying you became nose blind to old ass men?
I mean, right? Like everyone's a little blind to something. I told you that earlier. You gotta compensate. I mean, you gotta have some kind of compromise. Excuse me. You have to have a compromise. You have to say to yourself, if I'm willing to do this, or if I want this, I'm willing to put up with this, that, and other. And that's what I do. I just say I don't want drama. I don't want the baby mama drama. I don't want all those things. So let's compromise.
At 62, 9 times out of 10, he got a couple baby mamas.
They're grown. The kids are grown. They're my age. I don't have any dealings with baby mamas.
I totally understand that because old married men are real short with drama. It's minimal drama with them. It's very minimal drama. But let me ask you this: if an old man, okay, so you don't have to necessarily be in a courtship with an old man for you and him to lay down or have sex or be intimate. Like if an old man just, you just hanging in the bar and the old man just came up, start talking to you, you know what I mean? You know his sugar daddy, you know what he's trying to do, and you respect it. On the average situation, how much would you charge just for some old man sex?
I'll charge for old man sex. I do prefer courtship. That is one of the reasons I do date older men.
Okay, say it's an old man. Say an old man come up. You know what I'm saying? He said, baby, listen, I don't got time for all of this shit. I'm just trying to bust me a nut. I'm trying to get, I'm trying to lay down with you for 6-7 minutes. And I'm trying to get home to my wife. What you going to say? He said, and he asked you how much. What are you going to say?
I wouldn't take the proposition because I'm not a prostitute. I just like older men. It is not, I mean, I'm not here to just fulfill every random old man's needs.
Right, but you date married men and you demand for them. I mean, you date married men and you require gifts and money, right?
Well, yeah, I do. I require that once we've courted, once we've gotten to know each other.
Once you court, so do you really want to get to know a married man? I'm just saying, once we courted, how do you court someone that you know is married? How do you
go
do
places that you don't go? He doesn't go with his wife. You go places that.
Right, but when I say how do you court, I mean the ultimate goal of courtship is to create a bond, a union, and eventually marriage. If you know a person is married, courtship has a limitation on it. Like, courtship is not even a word for that for a married man.
Right.
It's really like turning a date. Like, I mean, basically, you're a prostitute, right?
No, I don't see myself as a prostitute. I see myself as
let's
with
call
someone who has the maturity to deal with me, and I see that if they want to give me things along the way, I'm not gonna deny it. I am spending time with me. Everybody's time.
That sound like a lady of the night.
Everyone's time is worth something.
Okay, let me tell you this. Okay, let me ask you this. Will you date a broke ass old man?
A broke old man? No. He's old and broke. That's too many negatives.
Oh, so old is a negative.
I mean, I'm just saying. Old and broke is too many negatives.
Sounds like a hooker to me. Hey, listen. We're gonna say because you're a very beautiful young lady, and we're not gonna call you prostitute. We're gonna call you this. Since you do a courtship before you demand anything, and you say I'm just not gonna have sex, we call you a procrastinating prostitute because you
a procrastinating prostitute.
Yeah, we'll call you that.
Well, I guess you could call everybody a procrastinating prostitute. I mean, there's a lot of people who prefer that you be around them a little bit and that you give them things. I don't think anyone gets in a relationship without having, at the end, wanting something out of it. Whether it be love, whether it be time, whatever it is you decide you want from this person, you're spending your time trying to get something fulfilled.
Absolutely. And you know what?
Yeah, I guess everyone's a procrastinating prostitute.
And you know what? Don't get offended because I salute you because you're a grand champion in your sport. Because a lot of these women run around chasing young dudes trying to come up. And he got 6 or 7 other bras and he running circles around her and she end up never getting paid just because he had a fly car. He might sell he might do his little thing and got his little hustle. And she looks at him like, oh yeah, that's a come up. But he strings her along so much and she just gets so caught up in the hype of being on his side, she end up without anything. At least you know your target and you know who's the easy target and you know who's going to come out those pockets.
Well, I mean, I don't want to divide it times 6, times 3. That's too many people. That's way too many people. I mean, 2 different, wife and me. It's easy to buy for 2 women and come out of a store. But when you're dividing it and by 3 and 4 people, you're not going to come out with much at all.
Right. Well, if you ever get to the point where you say you need some guidance, or you looking for a pimp to guide you into, a liaison between you and these old men. I mean, I think I can do it because I know a lot of old men. So I could bring them to the table. And they got money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They drive vans. Anytime you see a van with a CB antenna, you know it's some old men with some money. You know what I mean? So
they just have to be older than you. Man, you're a little young.
Yeah. They're gonna be much older than me. They're gonna be like 15, 20 years older than me.
Yeah. So nursing homes for me.
You're gonna be able to do what you do. Oh, okay, I got you. So me and you gonna hang out when we leave the studio because I'm gonna take you to this little old spot. It's called the High Hat. It's called the Big Ass Hat. The Big Ass Hat Club. It's nothing but vans in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying?
It's a car date.
They playing cards in the inside. It don't smell like alcohol. It smell like whiskey. They sell whiskey. So we gonna go to that spot, and me and you gonna come up. All right?
Okay, that works for me.
All right, that's what it is. So we about to get you dressed and get you real nice looking. We gonna get at some of these old men. Yo, Realest Radio, y'all. We gonna get back with y'all. Peace.
Realest Radio.
Peace.
All right, y'all.